My name is Lorenzo Vitelli. For friends, just Lorenzo. For enemies, a name better left unspoken. In Palermo, names mean nothing. Deeds matter more. What remains after you is fear. My father was a man of honor, respected and feared. When I was 15, he was gunned down in the street. I remember my mother covering my eyes, but it was too late. I had already seen. Blood on hot asphalt, a ring sliding from his finger, rolling away. That sound still echoes in my head. Since then, every morning I think about only two things: how not to repeat his fate, and how never to become a traitor myself. My father once told me, "Strength is not a weapon, Lorenzo. Strength is when your gaze speaks louder than your gun." I remembered those words. Now every morning I check, do I have that strength? Palermo wakes before its people. Dogs barking, vendors shouting, the smell of the sea mixed with bitter coffee. Morning in Sicily is deceptively calm. It smiles at you, but there's always room for death. I live in my father's old house. Worn shutters, cracked walls, a stone courtyard. The house holds memory, and memory holds me. Today will be the same as yesterday. Coffee in a small cup, quick meetings, counting money, laughter around the table, phone calls better left unanswered. But in such days, in routine, something always hides that can change everything. I always carry my father's knife, a small folding blade with the letter V on the handle. Things lose value over time, but symbols never. I step outside. The street smells of fresh bread and scooter exhaust, that scent, Sicily. The corner bar is my place of power. The barista knows me too well. He sets down my espresso before I say a word. "Buongiorno, signor Vitelli," he says. But there's no respect in his tone, only caution. I smirk faintly and reply, "Mornings are rarely good." The cigarette burns slowly. I hold the newspaper, but I'm reading the street. Two guys sit at the next table. Yesterday they drank wine with us. Today they sit apart, whispering, smirking. I watch them through the smoke. Silence is more dangerous than any scream. If you notice coldness in someone's eyes, your ally is already gone. My father once said, "Don't look for the traitor in strangers' eyes. He is always close." Those words echo while I drain my coffee. I rise, adjust my suit. 10 o'clock. Time to collect the city's dues. Here they call it family obligation. But everyone knows the truth. They don't pay for protection. They pay to live another day. 10 a.m., when the city is just waking, but my real work begins. I walk Palermo's streets with Giuliano, my brother in blood and in business. Hot-tempered, fiery, like a spark from a fireplace, you never know where it will ignite. I keep him close, like a vicious dog on a leash, loyal, strong, but always ready to leap. First stop, a bakery. The owner hands over an envelope, his hands trembling though the heat is heavy. "Well done," I say softly. "Don't fail the family." He forces a smile, not of joy, a man who knows the cost of mistakes. Sometimes fear works better than money. Next, a restaurant. The owner stands proud, staring too long, as if wanting to say more than he dares. Smell of sauce in the air, creak of the door. I put a hand on his shoulder. An honest man lives longer. Remember that. He nods, but I see hatred in his eyes. Hatred is a seed. Quiet today, tomorrow it can grow into a bullet. We move on. Streets, shops, cafes, each pays. Not for protection, no. They pay for tomorrow, for the chance to wake and see the sun over the sea. The truth is darker. We collect their fear, their loyalty, their future. I recall my father's words, "Never trust silence, it always heralds trouble." And today the silence feels heavier. I catch Carlo's glance, one of our young men. Yesterday he was different. Today something foreign flickers in his eyes. Not fear, not joy, something I can't yet name. I don't rush. In our world, mistakes cost too much. Decisions are slow but final. "Lorenzo," Giuliano whispers, "you see it? We're being watched." I nod. A shadow in the alley. Maybe strangers. Maybe just a passerby. But in our world, there is no just. We finish the rounds. On a small square, I pause. Cigarette, sip of coffee. Children play ball. Vendors argue prices. Women drag bags of vegetables. It seems calm. But I know the truth. Behind this facade of normal life hides invisible tension. We hold it like a puppeteer holds strings. Every day the same. Step by step on the edge. Risk is Palermo's breath. Without it, we'd already be dead. Nothing has happened yet. But the storm is already in the air, heavy, like gray smoke above the sea. Noon, time for the big family table. For outsiders, just a meal. Pasta with spicy arrabbiata, fresh bread, red wine. From the outside, a celebration, ordinary people. But we know, behind jokes hides caution, behind laughter hides fear, behind handshakes may hide a knife. Did you hear? 2 from the clan in Naples got taken out, Marco says, raising his glass. Serves them right, Giuliano smirks. Laughter, too loud, too forced. I stay silent. Looking at their faces, I know. They call themselves brothers, but tomorrow any one of them could stand against me. I sip my wine. My thoughts return to Carlo. This morning something was off. Eyes lowered too often. Ears pressed too close to doors. Fear, maybe, or warning. Lorenzo, Giuliano whispers, you noticed? Carlo's acting strange. I don't answer right away. In our life, every word is a weapon. Sometimes silence cuts deeper than a threat. Everything's fine, I finally say. Just caution. But if someone betrays the family, he will learn what family means. We eat, laugh, talk weather, business, supplies. It looks peaceful, but I see through it. People pretend it normal life. I know, for us, normal life doesn't exist. Then I notice an empty chair. Carlo hasn't come. A small detail, but it tolls like a bell in silence. I put down my fork and listen. The air grows heavier. Where's Carlo? I ask quietly, but everyone hears. He said he had business in another quarter, Marco replies. I nod, pretending to believe. But inside, cold. The storm always begins with silence. Lunch ends. Laughter still sounds, but hollow. Everyone knows, one wrong step and someone will disappear. The day is not yet over. Betrayal could come any minute. As we leave the table, I see movement outside the window. A shadow watching the house, a sign. In our world, only those who read small signs survive. Evening is the most dangerous time. The sun sets, shadows stretch, and the city sheds its mask. By nightfall, the streets whisper. Tonight, the whisper says only one thing. Carlo has vanished. We gather in a damp cellar. Thick walls, smell of mold and wine, a lamp swaying under the ceiling, silence. All eyes on me. Carlo should be here, I say, staring at Marco. But he isn't. Does anyone know where he is? Silence. Only dripping water in the corner. Giuliano bursts out. I told you! He's a rat. We should find him and bury him. I raise my hand, stopping him. Rushed words kill faster than bullets. If Carlo betrayed us, he's already dead. But if we're wrong, we destroy our own trust. I scan their faces. Marco's eyes dart too quickly aside. I note it. Nothing here is by chance. If Carlo disappeared, someone helped him. The question, enemies outside or someone here in this room? Marco breaks the silence. Maybe the police. They've been on our heels. The police, I repeat slowly. If it were them, we'd already know. I stand, pacing, meeting every gaze. Night in Palermo breathes differently. By day, coffee, children's laughter, vendors. By night, only fear and whispers. We split into groups. Some check bars, others markets. Giuliano and I take the alleys. Our footsteps echo. The whole city listening. Every echo feels like a warning. You sure Carlo's here? Giuliano whispers. You can never be sure, I reply. But a rat always runs to the shadows. We reach an abandoned warehouse near the port. Always too quiet, I signal to stop. My heart pounds, someone is inside. I draw my father's knife. Small folding blade, letter V. A reminder, family stands not on blood, but on fear and respect. We enter, darkness, damp mixed with tobacco, a creak of wood. Carlo, I call. If you're here, come out, we're family. A figure steps from the shadows. Carlo, pale, shaking, eyes darting. Lorenzo, I didn't mean... Giuliano grabs his collar. Tell us, who did you sell us to? I raise my hand, stopping him. I look at Carlo. Just tell me this, did you make your choice? He lowers his eyes, silence, then whispers, they promised me freedom, promised my family would be safe. Freedom. In our family, freedom is earned only with blood. You know what you've done, Carlo? I ask coldly. He stays silent. Then the clack of a bolt outside. We are not alone. Ambush! Giuliano yells. I dive for cover, gun out. Shots tear the night. Glass shatters. We hit the floor behind crates. Bullets whistle. Carlo screams. They know everything. They're here already. Through the chaos, one truth hits me. Today was only the beginning. The night would take much more. Gunfire splits the silence. My heart hammers like it wants to escape my chest. Giuliano staggers, barely standing. We're losing the first minutes. The enemy is sharp, cold, fast. Bullets spark from stone, ricochet from walls. Every move, life or death. I keep Carlo in sight, but he's already lost in chaos. Pale, trembling, gasping. A boy who once laughed at our table, now reduced to fear. I dodge a shot, smell gunpowder sharp in my nose. Giuliano struggles to rise, his eyes meeting mine, rage and fear together. Then I hear it, the hum of a Fiat 500 engine. Familiar, low. Our family, reinforcements. The sound echoes through the alleys. Time slows. The attackers falter, unprepared. They begin to fall back. Carlo remains before us, shaking, gasping. In his eyes, fear, regret. Lorenzo, I didn't mean, he stammers. I say nothing, cold inside. Giuliano clenches his fists, whispers ripple, what to do with a traitor. Every breath thick with tension. Then flashing lights, police sirens in the distance. Everything blurs into one, engines, sirens, heartbeats. Run, I shout. We scatter through the streets, splitting their trail. Carlos stays frozen, trapped in terror. His eyes meet mine one last time, horror and the weight of his mistake. Alone now. The night presses in heavy. I climb to a rooftop, high, empty, gasping for air. On the roof, wind whips around me. Below, city lights flicker. The silence feels false. It hides danger, cloaks enemies, hands grip the railing, shoulders tight. My thoughts on Carlo, on betrayal, on responsibility. Then a call, unknown number. A woman's voice, soft, steady, cutting through the dark. Lorenzo, Carlo is far from the only one you should fear. Good luck in your business. Ice in my veins, my heart pounds, I hang up. Cold dread spreads, mixed with certainty. This is only the beginning. The real storm lies ahead.